Yo, what if we told you that the image you had of Lil Durk and King Von's brotherhood might not be the whole truth? What if behind the music, behind the IG love, and behind all those OTF chains, there was something way darker going on? Something so twisted, even Asian Doll didn't know how deep it really went. Because y'all, King Von's family has finally broken their silence. And what they're saying got fans shook. We're talking betrayal, hidden beef, unheard voicemails, and accusations that Lil Durk may have turned his back on Von way before that tragic night in Atlanta. And to make it worse, Asian Doll, Von's so-called ride or die, is caught dead in the middle of this mess in a leaked interview from a close cousin of Von's, one who stayed silent for years. They spill tea that could flip the whole rap game upside down. Von's mom, she's crying out for justice. Durk, he's ghost. And Asian, she's lashing out online, threatening to expose everything. You thought this was just another rap tragedy. Nah, this is betrayal at the deepest level. And the truth? It's finally bubbling to the surface. Stick around, because what you're about to hear will change how you see everything. It all started with a simple Instagram story, one that would have gone unnoticed by most. Just a black screen with a broken heart emoji and the words, "He was never really for him far." Fans didn't think much of it at first, until the person who posted it was revealed to be none other than King Von's cousin, Taya, who's always stayed out of the spotlight. But this time, she wasn't holding back. Within minutes, the story was screenshotted, reposted, and the internet went into full meltdown mode. Everyone started speculating. Was she talking about Lil Durk? Could it be that the man who shouted out Von in every other track, rocked his chain after his death, and stood beside his family at the funeral, was actually hiding something? Then Tia went live, and that's when things really spiraled. Sitting in her car with tears in her eyes, she said, "I'm tired of keeping it cute for the sake of appearances. Y'all want to know the truth? Von ain't die thinking everybody had his back, and he damn sure ain't die thinking Asian Doll was loyal." Fans were stunned. Comments were flying in non-stop. "Drop receipts. You capping. We need to know. And don't play with Durk name like that." But Tia wasn't playing. She pulled out her phone and showed a screenshot of a text thread dated just 2 weeks before Von's death. "Watch who you trust," Von had written. "Dude's switching up now that money in play. I peep, but I stay silent. Durk moving funny." That was all it took. Blogs picked it up. Fans started dissecting every interaction between Von and Durk. And soon, old footage started resurfacing. One clip in particular from a behind-the-scenes vlog had people talking. Von jokingly said, "I gotta watch my back even around my brothers," while Durk laughed awkwardly and looked away. People started asking, was it really a joke? What most didn't know was that things between Von and Durk had already been tense in the months leading up to Von's death. According to sources close to the Oblak camp, Von was feeling boxed in, while Lil Durk was expanding OTF, signing artists, and moving into the industry elite. Von felt like he was being sidelined. "Von ain't like being controlled," said one source. "He was wild, yeah, but he was smart. He knew the game, and he ain't want to be just another artist under Durk. He wanted to build his own empire." That's when things took another dark turn. Asian Doll entered the chat. On the outside, she was grieving hard, posting throwback videos, crying on lives, and even getting Von's face tattooed. But Tia claimed Asian had been talking to another rapper behind Von's back just weeks before he passed. Even more shocking, Tia claimed Von knew. "They had a huge fight about it," Tia said. "He told me on FaceTime. Shorty out here embarrassing me, but I ain't even mad no more. I just gotta move different." And it wasn't just the cheating. Tia also alleged that Von had caught wind of some shady deals happening behind his back. Paperwork that included his name, but no signature. Von wasn't no dummy, Tia added. He was planning to confront them after his next tape dropped, but he never got the chance. Then came another bombshell. A never-before-heard voicemail that Von allegedly left for his big sister, Kayla B, just 3 days before his death. The audio clip was leaked by someone close to the family, and though it hasn't been officially verified, fans said the voice definitely sounded like Von. "I know who rockin' with me and who ain't," the voice said. "They love me when it benefits them, but I got moves to make, and I'm cutting everybody off after this drop. Even bro, even him." Again, he didn't say any names, but the implication was clear. Fans were shook. Could he really have been talking about Durk? That's when Kayla B jumped on Twitter, posting a cryptic tweet. "Loyalty don't got no expiration date. Some of y'all expired a long time ago. It was subtle, but direct. And suddenly, Asian Doll went quiet. For someone who always had something to say, the silence was deafening, especially after she posted a story just days before saying, "They gon' make me expose everything. Stop playing like y'all innocent." At this point, fans were torn. Some still defended Durk, saying the brotherhood was real and this was all clout chasing. Others said the signs had always been there. "Go back and look at their energy in interviews," one fan commented. Von was always looking at Durk like, "You sure you real?" Meanwhile, Lil Durk's camp stayed quiet. No public statement, no tweets. Just a sudden unfollow spree on Instagram. Fans noticed Durk unfollowed not just Asian Doll, but also Von's cousin Tia and 2 others close to the family. That alone had people yelling, "Guilty behavior." Then a new twist came from someone no one expected. OTF Dede, a lesser-known affiliate who had worked with both Durk and Von. During a now-deleted live, he said, "Y'all don't even know the half." Bro was planning to split. He wanted his own label. OTF was just a phase to him. He went on to say that Von had already been meeting with other executives and was planning to sign a distribution deal that would have given him full control of his masters. "He ain't wanna be under nobody," Dede said. He respected Durk, but he ain't trust everybody around him. And Durk knew that. Suddenly, everything started clicking for fans. The tension, the distance, the private moves. It painted a picture that was way different from what the public saw. The image of a tight-knit brotherhood was crumbling, and what replaced it was betrayal, secrets, and money-driven moves. As if that wasn't enough, a fan dug up an old live video from 2020 where Von said, "It's always your own people, but I must stay quiet, 'cause real ones move in silence." Now that clip was going viral again. And in the comments, pure chaos. People saying Durk was a snake, others saying Asian was the true problem, and some even calling out industry politics for setting Von up to fail from the start. And just when fans thought things couldn't get crazier, another video surfaced. This time, it was Von's mum, in tears during a private memorial gathering that someone secretly recorded. "My son didn't trust nobody at the end," she cried. "Not even the ones who stood beside him on stage." The room was silent. You could hear people sniffing, trying not to cry. And then she said the words that would shake the internet. "He told me, if anything ever happened to me, look at who go quiet first. That's who knows something. Because what happens next? Who knows something? Because what happens next is even darker." The clip of Von's mother crying, her voice cracking, her pain raw, spread like wildfire. Blogs reposted it within minutes. Fans were in shock, not just because of what she said, but because of who was missing from that private memorial. Lil Durk. Not a photo, not a repost, not even a like on any of the tribute posts. For someone who claimed Von was his twin, his absence spoke louder than any words. And fans, they noticed. "Nah, where Durk at?" One comment read, "You there for the music but not the memorial?" That's when an insider came forward. A woman named Renee, who used to work closely with OTF's management team. In a now viral TikTok, she said Durk was invited to the gathering personally by Von's mother. But he never responded. They sent the invite, Renee claimed. It was delivered to his people, and all we heard back was silence. She added something even more damning. "I remember the week Von passed. Durk ain't show up at the hospital. He posted pictures, but he ain't pull up." Fans couldn't believe it. The heartbreak was turning into outrage. Accusations were flying. That Durk was using Von's name for clout, that he knew more than he let on, and that he'd ghosted the family ever since things got complicated. But the plot thickened, because Asian Doll, who had gone ghost online for almost a week, finally came back. And she came back swinging. In a live that peaked at nearly 100k viewers, she sat with a blunt in her hand and tears in her eyes. "Y'all want to know the truth?" she said. "Okay, let's talk about it." She claimed that Von did have doubts about certain people around him. She confirmed they fought before he died. But she also said she loved him more than anyone knew. "Von told me, if anything happened to me, protect my name," she said. "So I stayed quiet. But the way you're dragging me, like I'm the villain? Nah." She then dropped a huge bombshell. There was a phone call, night before it happened. Him and Durk talked. It didn't go good. Fans exploded in the comments. "What call? What did they say?" Asian stayed vague but added, "He was heated. Said some things ain't adding up." A few minutes later, she broke down crying, whispering, "I should have said something sooner. I was scared. They bigger than me." The chat went insane. Who was they? Why was she scared? Was she talking about Durk's camp? Or someone deeper in the industry? And then came one of the wildest twists yet. A new character emerged. A former security guard named Marcellus, who used to work events for OTF and was close to Von in the months before his death. He never spoke publicly before, but now he was ready to talk. In a shocking interview uploaded by an underground YouTube blog, Marcellus said he once overheard a heated argument backstage between Von and Durk just 2 weeks before Atlanta. It was bad, he said. They was yelling behind closed doors. Something about money. Something about control. When asked to be specific, Marcellus hesitated, then said, Von said, "I made this brand too. Don't treat me like a sidekick." Durk told him to chill, but Von wasn't having it. Marcellus also claimed Von didn't want to go to Atlanta that night. He didn't even want to be there, he said. "Something don't feel right. I swear on everything." That's what he told me. The internet was now fully locked in. People started analyzing timelines, looking at surveillance footage, digging into interviews, and even trying to figure out the true meaning behind Durk's cryptic lyrics after Von's death. And then, Durk finally responded, not with a statement, not with a post, but with a line during an unreleased track preview he posted on his story. The lyric said, "They throwing dirt on my name, but they know what it was. I was feeding they family when they ain't have a buzz." Fans were split. Was this a direct shot at Von's people? Was he basically saying he put them on and now they're turning on him? One fan tweeted, "This ain't a tribute no more. This a diss." But things got even more tense when Von's brother, Timothy, who stayed off social media for years, suddenly went live. He didn't hold back. "My brother ain't trust y'all at the end," he said. "I ain't saying who, but if the shoe fit, wear it." He died confused, hurt, and alone. "And now people want to act like they angels? Nah," he continued. "We ain't saying Durk pulled the trigger, but we saying he ain't step how he should've. That's worse sometimes." The comments were wild. "OMG, Durk betrayed Von. This is deeper than we thought." Timothy just ended the silence. And all of this was unfolding while OTF continued promoting new artists, new albums and tour dates, with not a single tribute post to Von in months. The distance between them was obvious. The love. Fans were starting to believe it was never real. But the most jaw-dropping moment of all came during an emotional interview with Von's mom, aired on a podcast that dropped the same night. When asked directly if she trusted Durk, her face changed. She looked down, paused, and said, "I trust who showed up when I was at my lowest. I trust actions, not words." The interviewer asked if Durk ever reached out to help her after Von's passing. Her answer, not once. Fans were left speechless. The silence from Durk's team continued. Asian posted a series of black hearts on her story. Von's brother posted another cryptic tweet. Fake love always show eventually. The narrative was shifting fast. The public image of a brotherhood built on loyalty was now being picked apart at the seams. And the people closest to Von, the ones with nothing to gain, were finally speaking their truth. But what they said next would spark one of the biggest back and forths in rap history, is where the threats begin and receipts get posted. After Von's brother and mother publicly questioned Lil Durk's loyalty, the internet was already on fire. But things hit an entirely new level when a burner account on Twitter posted screenshots that supposedly came from Asian Doll's private messages. And if they were real, it meant everything we thought we knew was fake from the jump. The screenshots showed Asian messaging a mystery contact just days after Von's death. In one message she wrote, "I can't go against them. They already warned me. They said I need to stay quiet or else they airing me out too." That one line was enough to send fans spiraling. "Who's they?" people asked. Is she talking about OTF? About Durk's label, industry people? Then another message in the same thread read, "They tried to make it seem like Von was moving reckless, but he was trying to protect himself. He was ready to speak on everything." Suddenly, the silence from Asian wasn't just shady, it was suspicious. The tweets went viral within minutes. And just hours later, Asian jumped back online and denied the messages were real. "You're so lame making fake screenshots for clout," she posted. But fans weren't buying it. "You always crying, Wolf," someone commented. "Why not just clear it all up for real?" Things got even messier when Von's cousin Tyre returned to live with more heat. She said those messages were very real, and claimed she saw similar convos on Von's phone before he died. "I'm telling y'all now, it's people in the game that did not want him speaking up," Tia said. Von had dirt on more than just OTF. He knew what time it was. She went on to say that Von was about to go fully independent, break away from OTF, and expose fake paperwork involving his royalties and rights. He found out some songs he wrote, some verses he laid wasn't registered right. He ain't even getting full credit on certain streams. This revelation made everything even darker. Now it wasn't just about friendships falling apart. Now it was about money, ownership, control, and possibly a cover-up. And that's when one of the most unexpected people jumped in. A well-known Chicago promoter named Tone Bone, who had worked with both Von and Durk early on, dropped a bombshell interview on a local YouTube channel. In it, he claimed Durk and Von had a major disagreement over business just a month before Von's death. And it wasn't just over music. Von had other plans, Tone said. He was talking about a docuseries, about the streets, about how labels exploit trauma. He wanted to show the truth, but some people ain't want that. He even hinted that Von was planning to name names in that documentary, including certain execs and artists tied to both OTF and other major labels. He told me, "I ain't just a rapper, I got a story, and I'm tired of being silent." Fans started digging deeper into Von's last interviews, looking for clues. In one clip, he mentioned wanting to do something different and leave a legacy beyond the streets. Another moment showed him saying, "Not everybody who smiled with you is riding with you." More people began turning on Durk. The love that once overflowed in the comments under his posts started shifting. Now it was flooded with snake emojis. What really happened to Von? Comments, and people demanding answers. Durk didn't say a word, but things got real when OTF's newest signee, a young rapper named Lil Zay, went live and defended Durk while dissing Von's family. "They just mad they ain't getting checks no more," Zay said. "Y'all ain't know Von like bro did. Stop playing on Durk name." This only fueled the fire. Von's brother Timothy quickly responded, posting a screenshot of Zay asking for a feature from Von just months before his death. "You was on his D, now you disrespecting his mama. Bet." The back and forth turned ugly. People from both camps started posting cryptic threats. Tweets like, "You better move right," and "You're gonna make this more than music," had fans worried something real was about to go down. Then came the ultimate betrayal. An ex-OTF producer, known only as Kilo, posted a TikTok claiming he had unreleased voice memos from studio sessions with Von, where the rapper allegedly spoke about leaving OTF and how he felt used by people he once called family. "I don't even care no more," Kilo said. "I ain't holding nobody's secrets. Von ain't deserve what happened." In one leaked clip, which fans believe is Von's voice, a man says, "They act like they made me. Nah, I made them. I got love for them, but I ain't no pawn." Another voice in the background, reportedly Kilo, replies, "You gon' tell him?" "Nah," the voice says. "I'ma just make my moves, silently." By now, it was undeniable that something deep was going on behind the scenes. The fans weren't just shocked, they were hurt. They felt like they had been sold a fake brotherhood, a fake friendship, a fake loyalty story, all for streams and image. Memorial pages for Von started reposting old quotes he made about trust. His lyrics were being reinterpreted. People were saying he'd been dropping hints the whole time. But nobody had listened. And while Durk remained completely silent, Asian posted another cryptic tweet. "Sometimes you stay silent because speaking would burn everything to the ground." Von's mom liked the tweet. Then, in the most emotional moment yet, she took to Instagram Live and directly addressed fans. "You're asking me why I didn't say nothing earlier," she said, wiping tears from her face. "Because I was grieving. Because I didn't want to believe it either." She paused, then said the words that would echo across every blog, every comment section, and every fan group. Von didn't die in peace. He died feeling betrayed. Fans were devastated. People started sharing photos of Von and Durk side by side with captions like, "Was it ever real?" And "They broke our hearts for streams." But the biggest twist was just around the corner, because what happened next would shake the entire rap world. A private DM leaked, allegedly between Durk and a very unexpected person. And once it hit the blogs, everything changed. The screenshot came out of nowhere. No warning, no teaser. Just a random drop on a gossip blog's close friend's story. And what it revealed left fans in complete disbelief. A private DM between Lil Durk and King Von's manager, just 2 days after Von's death. The message, short but chilling, handle that. We'll play the rest quiet, that was it. No context, no follow-up. But the date and time matched exactly to the same night Von's mom claimed she never heard from Durk again. And the worst part? The manager, known publicly as Track, never denied it. In fact, when people started tagging him in comments asking about it, he deactivated his account entirely. Fans lost it. Nah, this deeper than music, one wrote. It's giving setup, another posted. Twitter was flooded with wild theories. People started breaking down old interviews with Track, pointing out moments where he hesitated when talking about Von's last night. Others went back to the leaked video of Track pacing outside the club in Atlanta, moments after Von was shot. He looked nervous, not shocked, one fan pointed out, like he knew something went left. Von's cousin Tia took to her live immediately. "I've been saying this," she cried. "It wasn't just one person who let him down. It was a whole circle. And now you're finally seeing it." She claimed that Von was planning to fire his manager, cut ties with OTF, and relaunch his own label, real soon. "He told me straight up, Ema build from scratch, clean circle, no snakes." But they moved faster than he did. The betrayal wasn't just coming from outside. It was inside, from people he trusted, people he fed, people who cried at his funeral and posted tributes, while allegedly hiding secrets behind closed doors. And suddenly, people were turning on Track just as hard as they were questioning Durk. Old tweets from 2020 began resurfacing, including one where Von said, "Watch who's quiet when you hurting, silence louder than words." And then something else dropped. A fan-run Von memorial page posted an unreleased voicemail from someone claiming to be Von's childhood friend from back in Chicago. The audio, raw, emotional, but what he said turned everything upside down. "Bro told me a week before he left, I got a feeling I ain't coming back from Atlanta." I asked why, and he just shook his head, said too many people smiling fake. That line alone hit fans like a punch to the chest. The sadness turned into anger. Why didn't anyone protect him? How many people knew he was in danger, who really stood beside him? And in the middle of all this, Lil Durk was on tour, performing, dancing, celebrating chart placements. Still no public statement, still no tribute post, still no comment about the swirling allegations. Then, out of nowhere, Durk posted a photo, black and white, captioned, "Truth don't panic." Lies do. Fans were divided. Some took it as him finally breaking silence, standing tall in the face of what he saw as fake news. Others saw it as cold, dismissive, even disrespectful. But the real twist came just days later, when Von's sister Kayla B decided to speak up again. And this time, she wasn't cryptic on an Instagram live. She dropped the biggest accusation yet. "Ask yourself this. Why Von's hard drives went missing the night he died?" she asked. "Songs he ain't even release, tracks he ain't even mix. Gone. And guess who had access?" The chat went crazy. "What you mean gone? Who took them? Why ain't nobody say this before?" Kayla didn't name names, but fans connected the dots fast. She showed a screenshot of Von's Notes app with a list titled 2021 Drop, containing over 15 unreleased tracks. None of those songs have ever surfaced. Not leaks, not snippets, nothing. "And now you're hearing new songs with his verses," she said. "Who gave that green light? Not mama, not us." Suddenly, the whole situation turned into a question of legacy theft. Von's family claimed that not only was he betrayed while he was alive, but his work, his voice, and his art was being used after his death without permission. The narrative was spiraling out of control. Fans who once defended Durk were now asking hard questions. Why ain't his team post about Von in months? Who making money off these posthumous tracks? Why hasn't Von's estate spoken? That's when the family finally made a move. A verified lawyer representing King Von's estate posted a statement saying they were reviewing contracts, ownership rights, and investigating unauthorized releases. The statement didn't name anyone, but the subtext was loud. The fans rallied behind the family. Justice for Von started trending. Spotify comments were flooded. YouTube videos were being reposted with titles like "The Truth About Von's Death." Was it all a setup? And Von deserved better. And in the midst of it all, Asian Doll broke again. This time, in tears on live. "I didn't know what to do," she cried. "They told me if I talk, I lose everything. But I ain't care no more. Von ain't deserve this. Not from them. Not from him. Fans begged for names, receipts, confirmation. But Asian just said, "They watching me. I already said too much." And in that moment, the energy shifted completely. It wasn't just drama anymore. It was a full-blown movement. Because now, Von's fans, his family, his real friends, they all wanted answers. And the pressure was building. A few days later, Durk went live. For the first time since this all began, he sat quietly for 30 seconds, didn't say a word, then said, "I know what y'all saying, but y'all don't know everything. When the time come, the real gons speak." He ended the live with one final line. "I loved bro, but everybody got secrets." And then he logged off. What did that even mean? Was it a threat? A confession? A warning? No one knew. But one thing was clear. This story was far from over. Von's legacy now hangs in the balance, with missing songs, shady contracts, broken friendships, and a grieving family desperate for answers. And the fans. They ain't letting this go. Because the streets, the fans, and even the industry is now asking the same question. Was King Von set up? Question. Was King Von set up? And if so, by who? So now that everything is out in the open, what are we really looking at? King Von's family exposing hidden messages, leaked audio, missing hard drives, and calling out names. They stayed quiet on for years. Asian Doll crying on live, admitting fear. OTF affiliates sending subtle warnings. Lil Durk, silent through it all. Until one cryptic line that left more questions than answers. And fans, they not confused no more. They're hurt, disappointed, angry, asking how can someone who screamed loyalty turn out to be the one everybody's pointing fingers at now? Was this just about fame and money, or was it something darker, something personal? Did Von know his days were numbered? And that final message to his mama. Watch who go quiet first. It still echoes, because most of the people who claimed they loved him, they ain't said a word. But here's the truth. We may never know exactly what happened. But one thing is for sure, somebody ain't tell the whole truth, and now, fans around the world are demanding that truth. For King Von, for his family, and for the legacy he died trying to protect. So what do you think? Was King Von betrayed by the ones closest to him? Was Lil Durk really silent? Or was he hiding something? Is Asian Doll guilty, or was she a victim too? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Don't hold back. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more exclusive updates, and turn on that notification bell. Cause this story, it's far from over. Rest in peace to King Von, and may the truth, and no matter how ugly, finally come to light. This ain't just rap news. This is real life. Real life.